Carrots can have several different colors, from the common orange to red, yellow, purple, and white. Carrots belong to the family Apiaceae, along with parsnips, celery, and many spices. The scientific name for the carrot is Daucus carota, and it is diploid with 9 pairs of chromosomes. The ancestor of the carrot is considered to be the same species and is from the Middle East, Europe, and Africa. Around the world today, it can be seen growing on the side of the road or in gardens, and is also known as Queen Anne's lace. 2 other sexually compatible wild species are Daucus capillifolius and Daucus sahariensis. The carrot is a recent domestication and has only been eaten for the last 1,000 years or so. Carrots have many tiny flowers that grow in an umbrella-like arrangement called an umbel. The individual flowers have 5 petals and 5 stamens that have the pollen-producing anthers. There are 2 female stigmas that each lead to an ovary that can together produce a total of 2 spiny seeds. Male sterile carrots actually produce a second row of petals instead of stamens. While the flowers of these species can be emasculated and crossed like other bisexual flowers, their small size makes this impractical. Instead, breeders can take advantage of the natural cross-pollination mechanisms of these 2 crops to get the job done. While carrots are pollinated by insects and beets are primarily wind-pollinated, the life cycles of these 2 plants are so similar that they can be grown side by side. Both carrots and beets are biennial crops, which means that they normally take 2 years to flower. To get these 2 plants to flower in the same year that they are planted from seed, they must be vernalized by simulating the conditions of winter. After growing plants to maturity in the field or greenhouse, the roots should be stored in a refrigerator for 6 to 8 weeks at about 3 degrees Celsius. A standard kitchen fridge will work. It may be necessary to pack the taproots in a paper bag full of wood shavings to prevent rotting. When the roots have been vernalized, this is a good time to check their quality before planting. Slicing the bottom off of carrots diagonally will not only indicate the health of the plant, it will also make them easier to plant into pots in a greenhouse. Beets can also be sliced, and a lengthwise cut will tell a lot about the condition of the root, and near the top will allow you to examine the rings. The plants will grow despite being damaged. If you follow this procedure, seeds planted in a summer field can produce flowering carrots and beets in a winter greenhouse, and vice versa. The equipment necessary for crossing carrots can seem a little complex and strange, but it works well. Since insects pollinate these flowers very well on their own, breeders put netted enclosures around the plants and introduce flies to pollinate them. Common houseflies will work, but commercially raised blue bottle flies are often used. Large cages can hold several plants, but if all you need to cross are 2 plants in pots, you can set up a small netted enclosure that will do the job. First, build a frame out of sturdy wire with a loop on the top and bottom. Fashion a cloth bag that will fit around the wire frame with enough material to cinch it at the top and bottom. To use it in a cross, hold up the frame with a wire hung from above or with stakes set in the pots, and gather the 2 plants together inside the frame. Drape the cloth over the plants and tie it together at the bottom with a twist tie. At the top, a tube with a cork can provide an easy way to introduce flies into the bag. Now label your cross with the parents and the date. Remember to write the female parent first. When the flowers are ready to be pollinated, introduce the flies or their larvae and close it up again. The flies will be attracted to the flowers and move the pollen around for you. You may need to add flies each week to ensure that all the flowers are pollinated. Be careful not to let flies out of the bag or they might bring pollen to your other plants. Harvesting carrot seeds is easy. After 2 months, the seeds will be fully mature and the umbels will be dry. Carefully remove the umbels and place them in a labeled bag for processing. Carrots have 2 spiky seeds attached to one another, which must be removed from the umbel and separated from one another. To separate the seed pods from the chaff, gently blow them in a dustpan while shaking. Larger operations separate seeds with a mechanical blower. Heavy, high-quality seed pods remain near the bottom, while chaff and low-quality pods blow out the top. The seeds are now ready to plant. The Colors of carrots and beets are not only attractive, but they also indicate the healthful properties of these vegetables. Carrot colors are caused by a class of pigments called carotenoids, many of which are precursors for vitamin A. The orange color of the common carrot today is caused by beta-carotene, and orange carrots have only been around for the last 300 years. In the last few decades, carrot breeders have even enhanced the amount of beta-carotene in carrots, making them an important source of this provitamin.